Good evening. I just thought I'd show you one of my ongoing projects. Here we have the British Army knife. British Army survival knife, I think it's called officially. I got this from my friend Drew at Wiles Outdoor World. I'll put a link to what, where, when and how in the description. This is how it comes. It's got a decent sheath. It's open at the bottom, so if you're in wet conditions it will run right through. It's a big old heavy beast. Now, my reasoning for buying this: I've got a smaller knife that I use for general bushcraft sort of duties, and you know, when you're splitting wood and stuff like that with it, I just didn't want to wreck the knife that I really like. So I wanted something bigger, heavier, but not expensive, that basically I could give some abuse to and not worry. It's almost like a small hand axe replacement. It's still quite heavy. I can't remember off the top of my head exactly, but you're looking at over 500 grams, so a pound in weight, that sort of size. And to be honest, for the price of them, you're looking at about £30 area, slightly less depending whether you get a discount and whatever on each site. About £30 we say anyway. It's a good bit of kit. It's obviously strong. I don't know how well you can see that, whether I can get the angle right, because I can't see the camera at this point. But it's 6mm thick across there. You're never going to break that. And it can put up some real smashing, obviously, if you're splitting wood. But my thoughts on this was, as it's not expensive, it was something that not only would I not worry about using too hard, but also it's something I could modify and not worry if I bugger it up, basically. So there was a few changes that I wanted to make to it, to make it my own. So once I've started that process, I'll let you know what I've done. But straight out the box, it's a decent, heavy beast of a thing that's going to put up with whatever you throw at it. I like it as it is, but as I said, I want to sort of make it mine. So I'll be modifying it over the next few days. Right, welcome back. This is how far I've got so far. This is a sheath that I've had for a while now. I actually bought it for another knife, which it worked okay, but it wasn't right. The knife wasn't quite big enough to fit in here. But where I got the sheath from, they weren't over precise with the dimensions and so on, so it was a bit of a guesswork purchase, shall we say. It wasn't expensive, so I didn't mind taking a punt on it. But when I saw the British Army knife, I thought I might get it to go in there. Just a few quick things about the sheath. It's, you know, a proper leather one. It's strapped, if you want it on your belt, to go, you know, across your back as opposed to dangling down. I won't be doing that. This is too big and too heavy to be on my belt, in my opinion. It'll be pulling my trousers down. It's a heavy lump of a thing. This will live in my bag for when I need it. But it does come with a little fire steel. It's a tiny one. I won't be using it. It's only for emergency sort of use if I lose my proper one. And in here we've got a sharpening stone. I'm not a fan of them. I suppose in emergency, yes, you could take a kink out your blade or whatever with it. I don't like it, really. What I think I'll do is probably put a little stash of tinder, cotton wool, whatever, in here instead. So let's come to the knife, because as the British Army knife came to me, it didn't fit in here quite. So what I've done, let's get the angle. I don't know quite how well this will show, to be honest, but you can see on the finger guard piece it comes up to quite a sharp peak there. Well, it was the same on the top. So when it was in the sheath, rather than being flat like that, it was down at an angle because it wouldn't let it go in. So I've taken the top off of that, not all of it, but just taken the spike, should we say, off the top, rounded it off so it fits in there a bit better. I've fitted a lanyard to it. I think that's always worth doing on a heavy chopper type one. This is only temporary. A bit of bank line. I'm still undecided whether I'm going to go the paracord route, or potentially I might even go the leather sort of lanyard route with that. I'm not too sure yet. It's still a work in progress. But that's how it stands so far. I did a bit of testing. The edge was good. It was, good as it turned up. Not bad at all. From here to here, roughly, it was really nice. And the tip was pretty good. But this section here wasn't. It was okay. I mean, it doesn't need to be razor sharp. It's a blunt, bloody bludgeoning sort of implement for smashing stuff. You don't need to be able to shave with it. But I don't know, it just slightly annoyed me. So I've redone the edge, and it's consistent all the way along now, consistently sharp. So the next stages will be settle on some sort of lanyard. This, I'll say, is temporary measure. I'll probably, I think, go leather, but we'll see. I'm quite happy with how the guard has changed. I might take a bit more off it, I'm not sure yet. And the only other thing I might change is a little bit reprofiling the handle. The real McCoy MOD ones have got huge scales here. They're really like a bit of tuber one strapped to your side. This one, I can't remember off the top of my head, I'll have to check, but it is a replica. And the handle's actually much better than the real one as far as fit and finish. It's not bad. For most people, that'll probably work quite well. But I have quite small hands. No funny jokes, please. But I can use it. It's okay. But if I used it for a prolonged period, I might get a few hot spots on the grip. So I'm just going to take that edge off slightly, where it's squarish, there. I'm going to take that off on both sides, and also where the underside of the grip is fairly flat, I think I'm going to take more off this side and more off this side, so I've got more of a swell effect there, so it'll be a better grip. But I mean, apart from that, great knife, great straight out of the box. I just enjoy changing it slightly, making it mine, personal to me. So yeah, that's progress so far. There's nothing wrong with the original sheath. It, you know, does the job. But personally, I just think that's a bit nicer, isn't it, really? And they're not expensive, so why not? Right, thanks for watching. I'll post another video when it's done.